Hi guys, making a quick video today about how to change your British driving license to a Spanish one. Now, you're a bit pushed for time as we are approaching the 12th of April, which may or may not be the day that Britain exits the European Union. You'll need to get this process rolling before then, but honestly I think you will have more time. It looks very likely that the period of negotiation, the political negotiation, will be extended, so you do have a little bit of time. Now, if, like me, you've been trying to get through to the traffic office and failing miserably because they simply do not have free appointments, then I'm going to show you today exactly what you need to do in order to do it yourself. All right, this is slightly more expensive, but it should be beneficial to you. I don't think there's going to be any free appointment slots at the local traffic offices in the big cities, and it's a pain in the backside anyway, because you've got to travel down to whether it's Barcelona, Madrid, wherever it is you're living, in order to get that all kind of done. If you can do it yourself, it's much easier. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do, I'm going to post a link to a website in the description, all right? And you're going to need to follow that and book yourself a medical appointment in your local medical centre. It's not just your doctor's office, there is a real dedicated medical centre for driving in most of the towns, major towns and cities around Spain, okay? You'll need to go there, make an appointment, so you're going to have to phone or pop in if you live close to there. Go in there, get yourself an appointment and go along with all of your documents. If you're like me, you've got one of these, a big folder with passport details, your NIE, your social security. You don't need all of this stuff, but take it anyway. For sure you need your NIE and various other bits and pieces, okay? And they will give you your medical exam, okay? You'll have to pay 55 euros. I paid 55 euros to do this. Whether you do that in the traffic office later or if you're going to do it individually, as I said before, you still need to go and do this regardless. So you'll need to visit the medical office. In regards to the tests they give you, the first part is just reflexes. There's a part where you've got to follow a dot along a screen. It will go into like a block and you've got to press the button when you think it's going to come out. They'll go at various speeds and they're just going to test your reflexes like that. The second part, they give you two handles to hold and you have to basically navigate two balls through two tunnels on a computer screen and make sure they don't touch the sides, and that's another test of reflexes. It's a bit more difficult. I thought I'd done terribly, but they said, look, unless you're absolutely terrible, you're not going to fail, so I passed it without too many problems. Then you've got a general medical. They'll check your vision, so you're going to read off a chart. Typical to what you do in the opticians back home, and also they'll take your blood pressure, ask you about any medications that you might be taking, just answer the questions, and they will, well, providing you pass everything, you'll be okay. They'll give you a certificate then with a little photograph on. They'll take your photo there. You pay your 55 euros. I believe that's probably just a standard cost. It's going to maybe vary a little bit, and then you have the option. You can still continue phoning the traffic office and probably not get anywhere, or you can go to a gestor and pay them and they will do all the paperwork for you. All right, so if you speak to that medical office where they give you the examination, they'll probably recommend a place very close where you can go and do it. And again, yeah, the problem here is that you've got to pay, but look, it's just for the convenience of somebody doing it for you, and you're saving an absolute load of time. So for that part, all you'll have to do, keep your big folder with you. I did all this on the same day because I left the medical office, walked up the road to the gestor and asked them to do all this for me. You will need your driving license, your British driving license, plus the paper counterpart. If you don't have that, you only have one part of your license, they'll send it straight back to you, all right? So you need both parts of your driving license. You're gonna need two license-sized photographs. If there's a photo shop in town or a booth, those typical photos that you can take two of them. Sometimes they only ask you for one, I believe, but I always give them two for these things in case they lose one or whatever. So you need your two passport photos or driving license style photos. You'll need all your documents, your NIE, passport details, and also your certificate of residence. Be careful with this, okay? The certificate of residence, I noticed I've had mine sitting in a folder here since last year when I moved house. I had to go and change it. They're only valid for 3 months, okay? So if you go with all your paperwork and your certificate of residence hasn't been updated recently, they'll say, look, go to the ayuntamiento and ask for another one. It has to be within the last 3 months. I had to go and wait for an hour so the guy could spend 10 seconds printing another one for me. You can phone ahead to your town hall and just request them to have one there waiting for you. This will save you like an hour of waiting in the town hall like I did to get my certificate in 10 seconds. So look, we know Spain is very bureaucratic, it's a pain, but you know, in the end you can avoid it if you're prepared. So make sure you've got all of that, all of those details, and then they will take your license and everything and send it off, and you can expect to receive your new Spanish license within about 3 weeks. Be careful, you are going to be without a license for 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't think there's any way of avoiding that. So if you need to drive, you're going to have to make alternative arrangements because they're not going to give you like a temporary card. All right, and I think that's more or less it. Oh yeah, the charge. The gestor will charge you between 70 and 80 euros for this service. All right, which is a pain, I know, but again, you combine that with the cost of the medical exam, which was 55. All of a sudden, you're starting to pay a lot of money. But you know, here we are. We're all in this boat together. What can we do? So yeah, I'll make sure you check the link in the description box. It'll take you to your nearest medical office where you can get that medical check done. They will not process your application unless you've had that medical certificate given to you, stamped and signed. All right. So follow that link, get it in motion, get a phone call done today as soon as you can to get your appointment. There's a lot of British people now panicking and doing this. Make sure all your paperwork is in order, especially just be careful with that residence one. Phone your town hall if you need to. I think you can go on the website as well and they'll prepare your residence certificate for you and you can just go pick it up. You don't have to be an idiot like me and wait for 1 hour to do it. All right. So if there's any other problems or questions, yeah, just send me a quick email. Thank you very much to my friend Callum who filled me in on all this because I was waiting to try and get a traffic appointment 2 weeks ago. Couldn't do it and I was starting to panic myself. If you're willing to pay the money, this is a much better way and it'll save you time, although it won't save you money. But we can't have the best of both worlds. All right, guys, take it easy. Speak soon.